The cerulean door swung open with a quiet determination, revealing a room that defied the fantasies concocted in her mind. The air inside was dense, carrying an unfamiliar scent that clung to her like a shroud. The flicker of candlelight cast shadows dancing along the walls, but there was no romantic table set for two, no violinist serenading them with a melody of love. Instead, what greeted her was a space devoid of warmth or familiarity. The room was stripped of the trappings of a romantic liaison, and the reality of the situation began to unravel before her. The professor's arms remained wrapped around her waist, but their embrace no longer felt comforting. It was a restraint, an anchor tethering her to an unforeseen abyss. As her eyes adjusted to the dim light, she realized there were no leather-bound books or tales of love surrounding them. The room's walls were barren, devoid of any reflections that might have offered her a glimpse into the truth. The absence of a mirrored surface became an unsettling metaphor for the opaque nature of the professor's intentions. His earlier words echoed in her mind. "I've never showed anyone this before." The weight of those words finally settled upon her, and an uneasy realization crept in. She wasn't an exception. She was just the latest in a series of unsuspecting students led into this enigmatic room. The professor's giggle, once perceived as victorious, now sounded more sinister, a chilling acknowledgement of his mastery in weaving a web of deception. "Good girl," he uttered, the words morphing into a sinister mantra that sent shivers down her spine. It was a phrase that no longer held the veneer of approval, but rather a command to conform to his dark desires. A sense of urgency surged within her, fueled not only by her fear, but also by the stories she had consciously ignored. The missing freshman girls, the warnings from concerned voices that had been silenced by the allure of forbidden romance. She hesitated, caught between the curiosity that had brought her here and the instinct to flee. The professor's grip tightened, his arms transforming from a lover's embrace to an iron cage. The room seemed to constrict around her, the air thickening with an oppressive tension. In a fleeting moment of clarity, she released the doorknob, her instincts overriding the allure of the unknown. With a swift turn, she disentangled herself from the professor's arms and sprinted towards the exit, each step a desperate plea for escape. The stairs unfolded before her like a lifeline leading her away from the haunting uncertainty that lurked behind the cerulean door. The descent was a blur, her heart pounding in rhythm with the frantic beat of her footsteps. Panic propelled her forward, through the labyrinthine aisles of the library, until the oppressive scent of old books gave way to the cool night air that promised freedom. Reaching the library doors, she burst into the open, gasping for breath as the weight of the encounter settled upon her. The night held a different kind of silence, one that whispered of narrow escapes and the relinquishing of dangerous desires. In the aftermath, she found solace in the company of friends and the comforting normalcy of her dorm room. The story spilled from her lips, a cautionary tale shared with the roommate who became both confidant and witness to the night's unraveling drama. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of the cerulean door became a haunting specter in the recesses of her mind. The professor's face lingered as a cautionary visage, a reminder of the thin line between thrill and peril. The university campus newspaper continued to chronicle the stories of the missing freshman girls, their disappearances a stark reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary encounters. The cerulean door remained closed, a symbol of the choice she made that night, a choice that spared her from the abyss and preserved the color cerulean as a symbol of safety rather than impending doom. As the semesters unfolded, she navigated the challenging waters of academia, vowing to learn from the shadows of her past. The whirlwind romance with the professor became a cautionary tale whispered among students, a reminder that boundaries exist for a reason. In the years that followed, she embraced the opportunity to forge connections based on trust and mutual respect. Love stories unfolded, but they were built on solid foundations, free from the dangerous allure of forbidden romances. Olive and Iris, the children of her imagination, remained characters in the story of a different life, one she had chosen to leave behind. The cerulean door became a distant memory, a relic of a time when the line between right and wrong blurred, and the colors of desire painted a dangerous portrait. She emerged from that experience stronger, wiser, and with a renewed appreciation for the vibrant hues of life that didn't require the sacrifice of one's principles. And so, in the tapestry of her journey, the cerulean door became a thread woven into the fabric of lessons learned. It stood as a reminder that sometimes the most profound stories emerge not from the doors we open, but from the ones we have the wisdom to leave closed.